Hello and welcome. I'm Saeed from StoryPlanet.net. Dive right into the essence of the most captivating books without reading them cover to cover. Whether you're on the go, at the gym, or just relaxing at home, we offer you a unique and enriching listening experience. Today, we are exploring the book, The Harvard Psychedelic Club, a creation by Lattin. The Harvard Psychedelic Club, 2010, narrates the fascinating tale of Timothy Leary, Richard Alpert, Huston Smith, and Andrew Weil. Their convergence occurred at Harvard University in the early 1960s during experiments on psychedelics' impact on consciousness. Subsequently, they ventured down distinct pathways in the ensuing counterculture era. Before we delve into these revelations, it's interesting to note that Lattin, a writer focusing on religion and spirituality, has authored books like Jesus Freaks and Shopping for Faith. He has also made appearances on TV shows such as Nightline, Good Morning America, and Dateline. With 4 key ideas to unveil, brace yourself for a deep dive into this captivating book on StoryPlanet.net. To start, an entertaining story at the intersection of consciousness and counterculture. In the 1960s, societal values in America shifted towards optimism, experimentation, and innovation. At Harvard University, professors and students, including Timothy Leary, Richard Alpert, and Huston Smith, experimented with mind-altering substances like psilocybin and LSD. Harvard undergrad Andrew Weil was also involved. They explored spiritual enlightenment and consciousness expansion in different ways. Key idea number 1, Harvard University hosted a collaborative meeting. Timothy Leary and Richard Alpert had similarities such as being born in Massachusetts and holding psychology doctorates, but their backgrounds and journeys were quite different. Leary struggled with personal issues but gained success academically, while Alpert was from an elite background and later became involved in the counterculture scene. They both became colleagues at Harvard and began experimenting with psychedelic drugs like psilocybin, leading them to profound, existential experiences. Influential figures like Huston Smith and Aldous Huxley played roles in their exploration of these substances, shaping their views on psychology and spirituality. Together, they shared a common perspective on the potential benefits of these drugs for society, though their paths would eventually diverge. Key idea number 2. The text is likely referring to a decline or change in the role or status of professors, possibly suggesting a shift away from traditional academic settings or the importance of tenure-track positions. In 1960, Leary and Alpert conducted a psilocybin research project at Harvard. Undergrad Andrew Weil, not allowed to be a subject, conducted his own drug research with a friend. Weil felt betrayed when his friend was given psilocybin by Alpert, leading to Weil's jealousy. In 1963, Weil exposed Alpert for giving drugs to students, resulting in Alpert and Leary being fired. Weil later regretted his actions, but Alpert never forgave him. Despite leaving Harvard, the incident made Leary and Alpert even more famous. Key idea number 3. The text is about 2 or more entities diverging or separating from each other. Timothy Leary and Richard Alpert conducted LSD experiments after leaving Harvard in 1963. Differences led to their parting ways in 1965. Leary advocated for LSD use, while Alpert adopted a more temperate stance. Leary faced legal issues, escaped from prison, and eventually became an FBI informant. Richard Alpert transformed into Ram Dass, a spiritual guru. Aldous Huxley's ideas on psychedelics were influential on their work. Their experiments revealed the complexities and life-changing nature of psychedelics. In conclusion, in the early 1960s, 4 individuals with a common interest in psychedelics met at Harvard University. After their research was halted, they pursued different paths. Leary advocated for LSD, Alpert embraced Eastern spirituality as Ram Dass, Smith believed in limited spiritual impact of drugs, and Weil became a holistic health authority. Thank you for listening to this summary. If you enjoyed this exploration, we invite you to discover other fascinating books on StoryPlanet.net. Don't wait any longer. A multitude of books, stories, and knowledge await you there. See you soon on storyplanet.net.